Good morning, everybody. Here from Universal Studios. It is Thursday, August 31st, so it's one day before opening night for Halloween Horror Nights. Here you see we have the emblem and all the banners up. Now, I believe last night was team member preview night, so everything should be set up and ready to go. Let's go check out what they got. Here we have the banners for Monsters Unmasked, one of Universal's original haunted houses. We have Chucky, Ultimate Kill Count, The Last of Us, and there she is, the big old emblem. Over here we have the entrance for the opening ceremonies. As you can see, I believe that's where Dr. Oddfellow will be standing. Normally for opening ceremonies, which start right before they let everybody in at normal time for Halloween Horror Nights, it gets pretty packed here at the entrance. Probably about an hour to 2 hours or so before Halloween Horror Night starts. That's when you start having people gather over here by the front entrance so that they can get their view of the opening ceremonies. We have the entrance to the scare house. This one is going to be Exorcist the Believer. Here we have all the rails up for the lines. If you can afford Express Pass for Halloween Horror Nights, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of just standing there in line, especially if you're alone, if you're not with a big group that can keep you entertained while you're on the line. Here we have the Stellar Bar, a special bar slash food booth that is themed to Stranger Things. Stranger Things 4 is going to be one of the scare houses. This is probably going to be one of the most popular Halloween Horror Nights there has ever been. There's a lot of good stuff here, a lot of good IP houses. Over here in New York, a little bit right in front of Jimmy Fallon Ride, we have the entrance for the Stranger Things house. I'll get a little bit closer. This will probably be one of the first houses open. And if you pass that scare house, you have the entrances to two other scare houses. On the left side, we're gonna have Dueling Dragons, Choose Thy Fate. And then right across from it will be the entrance to Yeti Campground Kills. Over here we have one of the 5 scare zones. I think this is the one that everybody's most excited about. This one's called Music Fest 69 or Vamp 69. It's gonna be some sort of concert where Dr. Oddfellow actually tricks a bunch of vampires to come over here and ravage the crowd basically, while he takes over one of their most powerful vampires in order to make himself stronger. Vamp 69. We are now inside of the Halloween Horror Nights Tribute Store, located in the New York section, right across from Jimmy Fallon. This store just opened to all guests, I believe today. It's full of just really cool looking merchandise. All from shirts and mugs and cups and scented candles. We have merchandise for what I feel is everybody's favorite saying when they're talking about Halloween Horror Nights: see you in the fog. Everybody loves the fog, the smell of the fog. Now, you're not allowed to actually wear masks at Halloween Horror Nights, but you're allowed to dress up somewhat. But I feel like this is going to be the most popular house this year, is the Stranger Things 4. Last of Us, which is probably the house that I'm looking forward to the most. I feel like once I hear a clicker, I'm gonna start running. Not sure who this character is, but he is kind of creeping me out. If anybody knows, let me know in the message in the comments below. The shirt with all 10 houses on it. It's an awesome memory to have. Here at the exit of the Halloween Tribute store, we got a little token machine where you can get a little token. And also have a stack of kind of fake newspapers with blood on it with the scariest headline we can have right now is gas prices hit a new high. Now, the Vamp 69 Scare Zone travels all the way from the corner right across from Jimmy Fallon's, right all the way up to the Mummy, it looks like, because they have a music fest bus. It's a pretty big scare zone. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Not a lot of people here today at Universal Studios. Now, we just had a tropical storm pass through Florida yesterday, so that could be why. Here in the corner, we have a food booth that is special for a lot of people. Now, this food booth is special for fans of The Last of Us. You can see we already got the menus up. We have Left Behind ravioli rations. The mini cheese ravioli with marinara truffle cream, garlic bread, and tempura fried enoki mushrooms. Only $9.99. I think most people are gonna buy that just for the souvenir can that says FEDRA. Federal Disaster Response Agency. Here's the biggest tip I have for you. If you're gonna buy soda at all, in any day that you visit Halloween Horror Nights, get yourself a Coca-Cola Freestyle cup. You'll have a souvenir to take home with you, and every time you come back, you just have to pay about, I think it's about $10 in order to get free refills for that entire day. It's very convenient, and it's probably the most bang for your buck of anything that you're gonna buy. Over here, right in front of Fast and the Furious Supercharged, we're gonna have the entrance for Chucky, Ultimate Kill Count. It's another one of your special booths. Over here in the San Francisco area of the park, we have our next scare zone. It's called Shipyard 32, Horrors Unhinged. It sits right next to Shea Alcatraz, otherwise known as the photo op for Jaws over there. It's amazing how much different this is gonna look in the dark. Now, right when you pass Shipyard 32 Scare Zone, we have Halloween Horror Bar. Looks like it's gonna be a huge space over here. There's probably gonna be music. Obviously, there's gonna be lighting all over the place. Probably just a fun place to hang out and grab yourself a drink. And right across from the King's Cross station, looks like we have a cool little photo op area where you can take a picture. Maybe there'll be a couple of scare actors hanging out here. As I'm walking here in the sun, I want to remind everybody to always hydrate. Another cool thing about these freestyle cups, one I bought last year for Halloween, is you can get water even without activating. Water's always free, so you can bring whatever cup, whatever bottle that you have, and it's always free in any freestyle machine and or place that sells food. They'll give you a cup of water. Nightmare Fuel, Revenge Dreams. Show times, there you got them. 8 o'clock, 9:30, 11, 12:30. Looks like it's 4 times a night. This is an awesome show. I think this is the 3rd year in a row that they're running just a similar show. And it's very entertaining. I definitely recommend that you catch one of the 4 shows throughout your night. This is actually going to be the only show going on this year. Normally they have a light and water show that they show, but I believe that they're trying to design a new type of show with drones. That's at least what I heard. Right past Men in Black, we have the entrance to the house that I'm probably most excited about, The Last of Us. Now, for those of you who are fans of the show, this is actually going to be based mostly on the video game. So if you're a fan of the video game, you're going to love it. I think either way, it's going to be good. right in front of E.T., we have the entrance to Universal's Monsters Unmasked. If you go in order from the entrance to the park and you make the circle around, this will probably be one of the last houses that you're gonna hit. Now we enter the last scare zone. Well, actually not the last scare zone, probably the second last scare zone that you'll enter depending on which way you come. This one's called Jungle of Doom Expedition Horror. Now the story here is that Dr. Oddfellow came to some sort of jungle to make experiments back in 1932, I want to say. I probably have the year wrong. But either way, his experiments obviously gone horribly wrong or right, depending on which way you look at it. Should be a fun scare zone. Right here by Cafe La Bamba, we have their little food booth for Halloween Horror Nights. Sort of like a El Dia de los Muertos theme. As we enter Hollywood Boulevard, here we come to our last scare zone, the Dark Zodiac. As you can see, I have a few props up, not too much. Looks like there's gonna be a lot of space for people to walk through here. Probably a lot of fog, so you can't see the scare actors scaring you. In case you're wondering, the Jurassic Park tribute store, I believe it's going to be open all the way through the end of September. Over here, I imagine this is where Dr. Oddfellow will be, if I had to guess. Looks like there's a stage set up for him. Now, if you're going in order from when you went to the park and visiting the haunted houses, right next to Despicable Me, you're gonna run into the entrance for Blood Moon Dark Offerings. Here we have the platform at the entrance for Halloween Horror Nights. I believe up in this platform is where Dr. Oddfellow is gonna be up there welcoming everybody and making his opening ceremony speech. Should be a lot of fun. I'm so glad they made it high up in the air. That way most of the crowd can see it out there in the entrance. It gets pretty crowded in there right before everybody enters, so it'll make it so that everybody can enjoy it